Good morning, children. Welcome back to another session. In this session, we are going to discuss the famous poem of Henry Wordsworth Longfellow, that is, Rain in Summer. In this poem, the poet wants to show his excitement and the happiness when the rain comes after a long summer time. Here we can see through the poet's happiness, the happiness of nature, and all the human beings and animals are expressed. The poem becomes universal in its thought and the theme. So let's get started. So here you can see an image of Henry Wordsworth Longfellow, which was photographed by Julia Margaret Cameron in 1868. Henry Wordsworth Longfellow was born in February 27, 1807, Portland, Maine, that is in United States. He was an American poet. Died in March 24, 1882. At that time, his age was 75. Main occupation, that is poet and professor. Okay, so this is a very short biography of Henry Wordsworth Longfellow. Okay, some important details. That's it. Rain in summer. How beautiful is the rain after the dust and heat, in the broad and fiery street, in the narrow lane, how beautiful is the rain. So here, let's see actually what are the words. Fiery. What do you mean by fiery? That is very hot. Okay. Then narrow lane. It's what? Not wide. Then clatters. What is the meaning of clatter? Making a rattling sound. Then tramp of hoofs, that is foot of horse. How that make the sound foot of horse, that is there. Then gushes. What do you mean by gushes? A sudden rapid flow. Okay. Then throat of the overflowing spout. What do you mean by this? That is the mouth of the pipe. Okay. So here the poet H.W. Longfellow, he welcomes the rain. So he says that the rain is very beautiful. When it is beautiful? After the dust and heat, that is the summer. In summer, it's very scorching heat. It's look fiery. So in the broad and fiery street. So that means the roads, the streets, it become very hot. In the narrow lane, how beautiful is the rain. So when summer season is there, which is the sun's scorching heat actually when the people feel, and after that actually when the rain comes down, so it's what we are relieved. Okay, so that's why the poet here welcomes the rain. Okay, now the next stanza, how it clatters along the roofs. That means when the rain falls on the roof, it makes a sound that is called clatter. It's a rattling sound. Okay, but that rattling sound is being compared or described as the tramp of hooves, like the tramp of hooves when the horse taps, so walks. So it makes that sound. That means that is being compared with this. How it gushes and struggles out, as you can see in the picture. So gushes. So what that means, that is the sudden flow. What is gushes? A sudden rapid flow. Okay, so how it gushes and struggles out? So because it is overflowing, it comes down heavily. Okay, so there is a sudden rapid flow of the water, of the rainwater, from the throat of the overflowing spout. As you can see here, actually, that boy is standing, okay, watching all these things actually through the window. So there is a pipe, drainage pipe. So that pipe actually it's overflowed and it's coming out from the mouth of that pipe. Lot of water, okay, it gushes out across the window pane, that is window glass. Okay, the boy standing and watching all these things actually. In the summer, the rain came down. It pours and pours, and swift and wide, with a muddy tide, like a river down the gutters roars. The rain, the welcome rain. So across the window, we can see there's a lot of raindrops falling on the window pane, and it's pouring and pouring. It's coming down, okay, and it's as fast and it's wide. That area actually for the rainwater, it is very wide with a muddy tide. So because there it is all with mud and it's overflowed, the street is overflowed with a lot of water. So with a muddy tide, so there is a rapid rise and fall of all the mud water actually. It's flowing into the street. So like a river down the gutters roars. So it's all that street becomes a river. It looks like river because of the rain. Okay, and here the rain, the welcome rain. So in this way, the poet H.W. Longfellow welcomed the rain. Okay, now here are some question answers. In the first 5 lines, what does the rain come after? It came after, that means it came after the dust and heat, as here in the second line only it is after the dust and heat. Where it is seen, it could be seen in the street. Okay, is it beautiful to look at? Yes, everybody enjoys. Or beautiful to feel? Yes, it is. And why do you think the poet repeats the line, how beautiful is the rain? I think the poet wants to emphasize. For emphasizes, actually he is using this, how beautiful is the rain. In the next 4 lines, what are the sounds of the rain? That is clutters, okay, tramp of hooves, gushes, overflowing. All these things actually, it's what the words associated with the rain, the sound of the rain. What words are used to describe the force of rainwater? That is, it's gushes, okay, so throat of rain, that spout, okay, swift, all these words are there. Now the next question, is the word throat a good description of the spout or drain pipe? Why? Yes, sometimes also we feel actually in our throat as well. There is a liquid when it is coming down, we gulp water, drink water. Okay, so I think actually that is the good description. Okay, in the last 6 lines, read aloud the phrases that describe the force of the rain. So children, that you have to read aloud, practice it. And second B part, what is the effect of these description coming together? What word in the last line shows the poet's feeling about the rain? Yes, the poet at last, the last line only, he welcomed it. The word welcome actually is the best thing. So here children, actually I am sending you the PDF file to write the word meanings and the question answers of this poem. Thank you. So here is a summary of the poem Rain in Summer by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. In this poem, the poet wants to show his excitement and the happiness when the rain comes after a long summer time. Here we can say, through the poet's happiness, the happiness of nature and all the human beings and animals are expressed. The poem becomes universal in its thought and the theme. In the very first paragraph of the poem, the poet welcomes rain and describes how it is falling in every place. To the rain, there is no boundary and difference between a narrow lane and a broad street. Actually, it is not partial to anything. It is giving pleasure to each and every one of the universe. Because of the heat of the summer, all these streets are become fiery and hot. And after a long time, when rain it becomes very beautiful and pleasant. That's why the poet emphasizes on the line how beautiful is the rain, like a river down the gutter roars. In the second paragraph, the poet elaborates the sound of the rain. When it is falling down, it sounds like the hoofs of the horse. Not only that, as it is a heavy rain, it looks like that it is struggling to coming out from spout. In the next paragraph, he is continuing describing the sound and the movement of the rain. He says, when it is falling across the window pane, it is quite swift and wide, and the water is completely muddy, and when it is flowing through the gutter, it looks like a stream with a muddy tide. Like a river down the gutter roars. In the last paragraph, the poet describes how pleasant and comfortable this rain is to the sick people who are compelled to stay in their room for their health. He can feel the pleasure of the rain. He can see the twisted brooks. Though he is ill from inside, he can feel the calmness of the rain inside out. The basic idea of the poem is that after long, hot weather, rain is like a blessing. It can create a soothing effect even on a sick person. Everything is getting calm and everybody is feeling the pleasure of the rain.